Well, welcome back guys, it's Danny here from Madfish. I'm just out local doing a bit of fishing, use up a bit of bait. I've just come down to see him Chemical Beach or the blocks, so we'll see what we can pull out. At the minute there's still a hint of colour in the water. We have had a bit of sea away. So yeah, I don't know what I'm going to catch. I'm hoping to target a ray. There's been a few rays in this area in the heavy ground, which is very strange, but we'll see what we get on, and I'll bring you back. I have got the lure rod down with us, but at the moment there is too much colour in the water, but the wind is really strong, southwest. Absolutely unbelievable up the top of there. The clouds are just flying past. I'm all right down here. I'm really sheltered actually. It's like summer's day down here. But yeah, I'll bring you back. Hopefully we'll get some action and string a few clips together and try and get a YouTube video up for you guys. Obviously I'll go through what I'm using. Rod wise, I'm using the Reaper, fantastic bit of kit. I'll just be using a fixed pulley rig, single hook with a bait clip on, a chunk of crab, chuck it out and see what happens. I'll bring you back if we get any action. Well, I'm just about to cast out. I've baited up. I'll talk you through my rig that I'm using. So I'm using a 1/0 wide gape short shank hook with a little bit of a paper clip on just to hold the bait. I am just using a single hook. That's under a 1.5 foot of 60-pound Maxima, and then my body is 150-pound break and strain, and I just call these like a rough ground loop pulley. So basically you do a double overhanded knot which creates a loop, you slide your swivel on, then you do another double overhanded knot which traps the swivel in between on that double line there. Yep, the double monofilament. So that's actually 150 pound, and that swivel is just sliding on them both, so you've got strength there. And then the loop that it creates on the end is just where you tie your hook length to, and it actually stands off as a snood, and that's just enough pulling it to get the bait down onto the clip. You don't need all these splash downs, beads and whatever, especially fishing in the rough ground. And then obviously a rotten bottom with a wig link. The leads I'm using today, I'm using a 175 Madfish dumpy lead from the Easy Molds. Absolutely fantastic for firing out crab baits, and as you've noticed I've only put one grip wire in. The reason behind this is there's not a lot of tide in here, but there is a lot of kelp. So I basically just want something that'll grip the bottom lightly but not too heavy, you know what I mean. I don't want to be pulling out 4 wires when I can just pull out 2, because the bottom can be quite evil in here. So yeah, that's it. I'm obviously fishing with a Reaper paired with a bullseye. I've got heavy braid on, and I'll probably use the environment and the weather today to cast out, so I won't be thrashing it, but because it is mega windy up there we'll be punching them high, especially with a braid and fixed bowl, and just let the wind carry it. You don't need mega distance on it here, it's pretty deep. It holds a lot of water, and sometimes the fish can be right in close in the gullies and the features that you see at low tide. So yeah, we'll get one out. Obviously I'm just going to fish the one rigger now. If the bites come thick and fast, then we might switch it up and bait another rig up, but yeah, so let's get one out. I just need to find the Madfish finger stall. These are fantastic as well. Soft leather, really strong neoprene construction, really comfortable, really durable. If you're using braid and fixed bowl, get in touch. These are £8 each. Fantastic. Better than ones that just have neoprene for the finger, but this is actually soft leather. So yeah. But anyways, let's talk and we'll get one out. More fishing there. Beautiful riding fish wall. Right, that's us fishing now and in the water, first cast. So hopefully there's something there. I mean, this sort of area, you know, your codlins, your dogs, your rears at the moment, you can get the odd wrasse. There's been a lot of bass about in the area, so we'll just see how we get on. See, I think high tide's about 9 o'clock, so we're halfway into the tide now, so we'll give it till high water. What time is it now? So it's exactly 3 hours before high tide. So yeah, we'll give it till 9 o'clock, and hopefully we can get a result. Now these blocks are a bit dodgy, like, especially when they're wet. Not so bad when it's dry. Obviously I've lost a few fish along here to the boulders at the bottom, more when there's a surf on. And I've actually had my PB cod from here, which was just under £16. A lot of years ago when there used to be some decent fish about. And anywho, I'll bring you back, we get some action. Cheers. Well, only been in the water 5 minutes and I just had a positive bite, so that's a good sign. Hopefully it's fish and not lobsters. Sometimes this area can be wick with lobsters, especially when there's a little bit colour in the water. They seem to come out in force. Sometimes I feel as though they're just waiting there for your bait to come down. Yeah, we'll just keep an eye on that and I'll leave the camera rolling for a bit. And we'll see if it comes back. There we go. Something pulling away. I've literally only been in the water 5 minutes, if that. Best thing about it, there's not another person down here. Lovely, tranquil. Got out the way of that wind. Beautiful. Getting a few fish will just be the cherry on top of the cake. Come on. Just tighten that line up a little bit. See, this time of year, normally around these sort of marks, your summer cudding for your red cod. I had a trip up Marsden last week, perfect conditions, big tides, clean water, I had nice crab, and it was very disappointing. I managed one red cod out about £2 and 2 undersized codlins. There was no bites on the flood, and then I started getting bites on the ebb, but I couldn't hang about any longer. Not even a wrasse bite. You normally get some decent wrasse around Marsden, South Shield sort of area, but the codlins are thin on the ground this summer. And to be fair, I've been enjoying my lure fishing, so I have got my lure rod down. So maybe if I can see some sprack busting, you know, I'll flick in with a lure. You never know.
Yeah, cool.
It's a rear, that.
Aye, that looks like a real jumping bite. Come back nicely.
There you go, guys, we're in. First cast.
Ray?
I don't know.
I would say cotton putting off. Small ray in it. Would that be size in the match?
Yeah, they've got to be 42, I think, or 41, I'm not sure. Well, there we go, guys. First cast in a rear. It's strange why they're in here, all this heavy ground. Well, they've been here all summer. We'll get them on hook and get them back. There we go, unhooked, we'll get them back. 38 centimeters, so it wouldn't be size in a match, they've got to be 42. With first cast and went to a rear. Looks promising, we'll get them back. Well, how about that for first cast? A rearment first cast. It's strange why they're in this sort of area. I was only in the water 5 minutes before I had that first bite, and I just left it and left it. Anyways, slow pulls on the rod and then it just went over. But yeah, hopefully there's some bigger ones there, fingers crossed. Well, I'm on to my second cast now. I just had a bite. So, I've been in the water for about 10 minutes. Just see if it develops into anything. Well, this second cast's been out for a while now. I've had a few small touches, so we'll get her in and we'll see if there's anything lying on. Well, definitely a lobster that cast. Fast up, snapped my hook, lost my lead. I'll have to set up a new rig now. Well, just getting a little touch there again. It's my fourth or fifth cast. Couple of bites, but just looks like something messing around with the bait. Doesn't look like a big bite or a decent fish, just small. So I'll let it develop to see what comes of it. Yeah, that sun's just starting to dip down now between at the back of us. And I've got my hoodie of dye, cheers dye for the hoodie. Angling Ambition Custom House. Get in touch with them. They'll sort your hoodie out. Whatever other merc he's got, hats. Obviously it's still a bit too warm to wear the Madfish mega hoodie, so yeah, we'll get this on, keep the chill off us. Hopefully it's a lucky hoodie. Well, it's nearly 8 o'clock. Apart from getting that rate first class when I come down at 6, it's pretty slow. A few knocks, but I think there could be lobsters. I thought I was in for a good session when getting a rate in the first 5-10 minutes. I was down, but the way it goes, give it another hour, see what happens. I will have in. The hen one, got no berries on. So she'll be coming home for dinner. Well, this one's been out long enough. Just been tapping away and tapping away. Probably another lobster. So we'll have in, we'll get another one baited up. Well, I decided to pack the big rod up and we had a bash with the lures just as the sun was starting to set. I did have a couple of good big swirls on the top water lure, but nothing came of it. But overall, a nice enjoyable evening. Peter apples come down and we had a bit of company, a bit of crack on. But yeah, till next time. Cheers guys, thanks for watching.